And Phil asked me to come up here and tell you my story because I just want to tell you that I'm a local guy. My past, the whole Millionaire Mailman thing, how that started was I was a mailman in Coral Springs. And I worked in Coral Springs as a letter carrier for 16 years. I started at the post office when I was 19 years old. And I was looking for a way, to try to make some money outside of doing the 40-hour-a-week grind as a job. And when you think about the advantage I had, what do mailmen do all day long? So it was my job to go up to the front door and deliver that certified letter from Bank of America or whoever the lender was and knock on the door and stare that borrower right in the face. And I can't tell you how many times standing at the doorstep in Coral Springs I'd have somebody do, I got to get rid of this house. How do I get rid of this house? And I'd be like, well, I'm interested in it. And they'd be like, you would take my house because I'm just leaving. You want the coupon book? You take over? I said, I'd be happy to do that. Let me just come back in my civilian clothes. And I come back that night in my ordinary clothes after I got out of uniform and I close the deal. So that's how I got started in real estate. Buy and hold. And actually, how many of you think buy and hold is a good strategy today? It absolutely is. And what's the reason for that today? Well, all those benefits are, but what's the market benefit today? The market benefit is I can buy at the same price that I started buying at in 1985. And I kid you not. And maybe this is a story that some buy and hold investors have because they didn't sell at the right time. And I'm not saying I've done everything perfect. I'll tell you that I've had my challenges over the last 5 years too. But you can actually buy houses today at the same price that I was buying back in the 80s. In fact, how many times have maybe the older of us in the room have heard, man, I wish I was around back in the 70s or 80s because if I would have bought some of that stuff, it would have gone up. Well, guess what? It's the 70s again. But nonetheless, the market today, you have excellent circumstances. Phil asked me to come here today to talk about what we've been doing. I'll tell you, being here at Phil's meeting, I've learned a lot just standing in the back of the room for the first hour I was here. I met two guys that are just running circles around me and my business as far as the volume they're doing. But I'll tell you, what I'm here to tell you about is what I've done over my lifetime and how I've made things work, more importantly, in the last cities. And I'll tell you a few things that Gunther, my partner, and I have been doing over in Lee County, which is just an hour and 45-minute drive away from my house. And I met a guy in the back of the room today who did 160 houses. Man, that's a lot of moving parts, and that's a cool thing. I want to hear more about his business model. I'm a little slower. We just kind of take it a little easier, but I've been looking for a little easier way to go. I kind of changed my model and got away from big rehabs and went to some newer. There is a lot of opportunity here, and guys, that don't gloss over that. You're in the right place at the right time. Now, what makes me different living in a house like this compared to my comrades who are still down there from 15 years ago, still sorting out the mail? I mean, the only difference between me and them is I believed I could do something different, and I applied myself, right? And you guys have the same opportunity available to you here today, if not even a better one, because the market conditions are so right for you to get started. So you can do this too. This is no big deal.